Alrighty. How's it going, guys?
Yeah, good.
The lack of under center usage, is that something that you predicted or want, or is that just based upon the way things have flowed, or is it have anything to do with Jalen's comfortability?
I think there's an element of game plan and flow with that. Obviously, there's times where under center can be very advantageous for us. Again, trying to put ourselves in the best position to be successful as far as an offense, and obviously with Jalen's ability to run, there is some components to being in the gun and the pistol that kind of keep that threat alive in some of those cases. But obviously something that we put some time and effort into this offseason to utilize, and we'll continue to find different spaces to do that.
If you look at Jalen's run numbers, though, they're not very good. Why is that? I mean, he's had some success on the draw plays, but the zone read plays have not been successful. Why is that?
Yeah. I mean, obviously we did this similar self-scout study throughout the bye week as far as just the read option plays. Obviously, have not been as efficient for us. He did have one. They got 8 yards on Sunday, so that was a positive one. I thought he made an excellent decision. Got to the space. The draw game has been good. And obviously the QB sneaks are going to be 1 or 2 yard gains, and we've been fortunate to he's getting 3 or 4 of those a game, it seems like, and so he's doing a really good job of that. So I think there's still some space there.
Motion's always a big story here because of your history and what's going on here. Nick mentioned tempo. There was a lot of tempo. Mm-hmm. Maybe that sort of ticked it down a bit. Is it more game plan or what the quarterback is comfortable with when that number increases or decreases?
Yeah, I think it's by game plan. Obviously, putting ourselves in the best position to be successful. This game, we used a lot more on the ball. Just the way they were structured, we felt very comfortable with playing a little bit on the ball, and where we can kind of control the game at the line of scrimmage a little bit more. And some games are going to be different than that. Certainly, we felt like that was a good thing for us. We were able to get to a couple plays on the ball where we can get a particular look, and so we felt very comfortable with that going into this thing. Do we like motion? Absolutely. There's definitely a place for it, and so we'll continue to find spaces for that.
The 3rd and 1 play right before the half, Nick said it was his decision. Was the thinking there that if you don't get the completion, you're going to go 4th and 1, or what was the thinking there? What was the conversation like leading up to that?
Yeah, obviously, we banged the timeout right before it. Had a 3rd and 1. We had a potential decision to make as far as a run play with a potential. Schwartz gave us a very particular look that we felt very comfortable with. We kind of had an opportunity to be aggressive there, and so we felt really close. We felt like we had a great opportunity there. We just missed it from a protection standpoint. Had Smitty run down the middle of the field, and so felt like that was, you're only going to get 1 or 2 of those, and those are sometimes those automatics that sit on the menu, and you're waiting for that right time. Obviously, really, really unfortunate to end up in a sack situation there because we could have, fallen back on a 4th and 1 and played that thing out.
Just a quick follow-up to that. Saquon lined up obviously on the opposite side of Jalen, mm-hmm. where the pressure came. How much harder does that make it for a running back when he's got a crossover? Yeah,
it's not easy. Certainly not easy, and something that we've worked on, and it's kind of a late in the cadence adjustment based off their particular look, and so we felt good about it. It just didn't happen, and obviously you get frustrated with that, but we gave ourselves a close opportunity there.
Kellen, on the play before that, the 2nd and 1, they never showed a replay, but it looked like Saquon maybe had a little room to get to the sticks there. What did you see on film on that play and his?
Yeah. Obviously, it was a close situation. Obviously, we ran a number of plays on the ball in a row, and we felt like it was advantageous to keep 95 off the field, and so we were trying to play that game as much as we could. Obviously 2nd and 1 to fall back into 3rd and 1. Obviously a missed opportunity for us just to try and get the first down, and then obviously get out of bounds. Obviously, when the game's going really fast, sometimes you lose track of downs and seconds, and obviously we emphasize getting out of bounds when you can, and so. Obviously, in a perfect world, are we getting the first down? Absolutely.
After being fully healthy entering the Browns game and the early scripts yielding 2 punts, what do you review about the process of those?
Yeah. Well, one of these days we're going to start fast, I think. Obviously, something that we've put a lot of time and effort into, continue to work and evolve and find our space there, because obviously it hasn't happened. Simple as that. We'll continue to work towards this. Obviously it's not good enough right now.
What were the issues that frequently?
Against Cleveland? Yeah, I think against Cleveland, obviously, the way their coverage is played out, kind of packed the middle a little bit, had some isolations outside, a little bit more one-on-one within the tempo offense, we were able to kind of find the one-on-one opportunities. And so, something that obviously our guys have put a ton of investment on. They feel really comfortable with it. They do an excellent job of it. I certainly feel like, would we love to attack the middle field as time evolves? Absolutely, and we'll continue to find spaces for that.
What were the
deep ball
issues,
that-
what
deep
were
ball
the
that
issues in
Dice-
defending the run, specifically against Dalvin Tomlinson?
Just Cleveland and the run game in general. Yeah.
But Tomlinson specifically, it seemed like you guys had trouble blocking him.
Yeah, obviously, they do an excellent job, packing the box. And so we felt like, there was going to be some dirty runs in there, and hopefully we were going to be able to pop a few. And, we were close on a couple. Felt like there were some close opportunities. I thought, getting the toss game going a little bit was a nice change up for us. Obviously it's a game where the way their rush is, you don't want to sit and dropping back a ton with 95 and some of the challenges that can present. And so we felt like we're close. Obviously, we didn't get any to spring out for those big plays like we have in the previous few games. And so we felt like we're heading in the right direction. Ultimately, didn't reach that, that big goal, those big explosive plays that you're looking for. But, we're heading in the right direction.
And if I could follow up on, obviously, you're facing one of the best nose tackles in the league. Does that give you concern heading into this game against Lawrence, the interior of your line and blocking him up?
It's definitely a big awareness for us, obviously, going through the game plan process already the last day and a half. And so, he's one of the premier players in this league. He's having an excellent season. Obviously, a lot of focus and attention with this game plan will go towards him.
That deep ball, the ice game late, obviously successful, but are you okay with that process of Jalen checking to a lower percentage play?
Yeah, obviously, we talked through the process of that during the timeout, and we obviously talked through it to the point that we felt very comfortable with it based off the look of the defense and the opportunity that it presented. They made the adjustment that we had talked about, and obviously there's a lower percentage, but AJ one-on-one felt like a very comfortable opportunity there. He made a phenomenal play. Jalen made a nice throw to it, and it was a big play by those two guys.
How would you compare the play designs here to what you've done in the past in Dallas and with the Chargers?
Yeah, obviously, every process is different. Every process is, we go about it as a collective group. We do an excellent job. I think it's been a really fun process here, just as we kind of build, ultimately focus on what the 2024 Eagles, put us in the best position to be successful. And so we're continuing to build, continuing to grow. There's a lot of good things that we've been doing, a lot of things that certainly we want to improve on, that we're focused on, and we'll continue to work on those things.
When you have receivers like A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, how much is it reliant on choice for them in passing situations?
As far as what particular routes they run?
Yeah.
Obviously a lot of it's defined, and certainly there's going to be certain plays and situations where we communicate that there's an ability to make an adjustment based off the route. It happens a few times in games, and so things we talk about continuously. I thought the end of the game we had one right there that we were very comfortable with, and those guys do an excellent job. I think the biggest thing is that when you do it in practice, when you rep it, it's time on task. Those guys communicate at a really high level.
How much does Jordan not being there change what you can do as an offense? A lot of
Say that again.
Jordan not being there.
Oh yeah.
How much does that change what you can do as an offense, especially against a team that leads the league in sacks?
Yeah, obviously these guys have done an excellent job of getting after the quarterback, and so it's something we got to be aware of. I think this is a really, really sound defense. They're sound in their coverage plans. They let the front four rush. They blitz you just enough to keep you honest and have to handle all the different variables. And so this will be a big challenge for us. They've done an excellent job. Jordan's obviously been playing some really, really good football. We're fortunate to have Fred here and the different type of guys that we can put in there, however this thing plays out. And guys, New Orleans was a great example. When we needed guys to step up, they stepped up. Fred stepped up phenomenally on Sunday. Even at the last play, he's one-on-one in 95, and there was a risk component associated with that, and he did an excellent job.
Difficult spot, losing Dallas, I think 3 plays in. Grant got involved. How much of that was designed versus just processing where the football should go?
Yeah. Obviously I thought Grant played just a phenomenal game, played almost every snap of the game. And again, next man up type situation. Grant's done a phenomenal job all year, and for him to pop in there and just handle all the workload that he handled, and a couple passes went his way. He did a great job, run after catch, big time plays. We feel really, really comfortable with Grant fortunate to have Jack here. When he came back, that he can hop in there and play 30-plus snaps, going into a game that maybe his role was different. And so we're fortunate to have these guys that can, jump up when situations come up like that and handle those things.
What was the advantage?
Do a couple more.
What was the advantage you thought you were getting by playing so much 12 even without Dallas in this game?
Yeah, just basically specific looks based off the defenses. We felt like we had some recognition based off of being in 12 personnel and understanding what coverage calls they had, and felt comfortable with it. We kind of were able to get to a couple plays that we were looking forward to.
And you flip between Johnny Wilson and Jack Stoll a bit there. I mean, in 74 snaps for Stoll, he's only had 2 targets using him in the slot. Do you think he demands enough attention to beat him?
Again, with Jack being in the slot, part of that was the tempo operation of just trying to keep them in certain personnel groups and playing fast, and utilize that. We feel very comfortable with Jack and Johnny, and obviously we feel great about these guys. These guys have done an excellent job, and from a target standpoint, obviously it may not have gone their way, but if the ball goes their way, we're more than comfortable with those guys.
All right. Thanks, Kellen.
Play action. Why was play action
Okay.
low in this game?
Really based off the tempo operation and just kind of getting specific looks based off them. I think, again, we felt like we had some indicators based off of looks that we could attack them in specific ways, and so it became a little bit more of a drop back emphasis in those situations. Obviously, we'd love to have the play action numbers go up, and we'll continue to find opportunities for that.